What's up folks, my name is Felix, welcome back to this new video today. I'm very excited to bring this update about the BNB miner today because as you all can see in the background, there are some changes on the website and the new dApps will come very soon. But we today want to talk about the core contract, the core project, because I want to share my exact earnings in the project with you and how I did achieve them and what might be the best strategy for you going forward and why the BNB miner is a long-term project. So that was quite a long introduction, and without further ado, I want to jump right into it. So if we take a look on my last video, which I uploaded around 3 days ago on the 8th of March, today is the 12th of March, I had a TVL of 4.91 BNB. Now my TVL is at 5.03 BNB. My TVL is growing even if the contract balance is going down. And that's the important thing because I'm hyper compounding daily. I'm clicking this compound button down here several times a day to let my miners grow, prepare for the next cycle, and also to don't let my total value locked decrease, because this is the most important thing and the game changer which I want to talk about in this video. We want to now take a look on my entry point. When did I get in? So let's take a look at the contract. This is the BNB miner contract. We are currently, if I'm refreshing this page, at 1167 BNB. And if we filter that contract address by my actions, so by my wallet address, we will then see 717 transactions. That's all the transactions I made since the 1st of May in 2022. And if we scroll down and take a look at all the transactions and go to the last page, we can see that I did my first deposit 314 days ago. And if we jump over to that transaction, you can see that I started with just 0.4 BNB, which was a value of, if we take a look in my Excel spreadsheet, 156 US dollars that time. And I managed in these around 10 months to almost 10x my returns from the BNB miner. And now the important question, how did I achieve that? How was that even possible? At first, we want to take a look at when was my exact entry point. If we take a look at the overall chart, it was right here before the second cycle started. So on this leg up on the 1st May, there the contract balance was at around 1561. And then, as we all know, the second cycle came in because miner season just had his peak and the BNB miner performed very well. Now you might want to say, Felix, yeah, you got very lucky with your entry point. That's the only reason why you were able to achieve those earnings in this 10 months. But it's not the case. I achieved those earnings because I was not greedy. If we take a look back on my whole transactions, you will see just 1 or 2 sell transactions every single month. So if I show the whole records on this page and if we scroll through, you will see only hedge X transactions and just some sell X transactions. You can take a look at that by yourself. I will pin my wallet address down in the description box that you see that I'm not talking any bullshit. So there was another sell transaction, 22 days. Then there are just hedge egg transactions. I don't want to go over every transaction, but as you can see, there were just some sell transactions there 44 days ago. So there were 20 days between those transactions. And if we scroll further and take a look at another one, just hedge egg transactions, and scroll down a little bit more, then the next one was at 77 days. So that should prove that I'm consider this as a long-term project, and that's how I play it. If you get too greedy, you won't earn in this BNB miner because it's a long-term community project. And that's what the whole community stresses. If you don't play by the stressed rules, I would call them, you won't earn anything in this project. And if we jump over to the Dune dashboard to give you another example, those are the most profitable wallets. And all these big wallets here, which made big net earnings, so net profits, are considering this as a long-term play. And it doesn't really matter at which point you jumped in. Even if you catch the peak and went in right here, if you still did your reinvestments all the way down and not turned your back on the project, and we will see another cycle, you will still earn and make a lot, because the majority of the people are giving up if they see such a trend, and they are turning their back on this project because they're just too greedy. They expected to get 3% every single day, even if they act not responsible and in behalf of the whole community. And that's why they will lose in this project. But if you're treating this as a miner and have a long time horizon and just take profits 1 to 2 times a month, you will also make profits like I did. And that's the reason why I'm always covering this project, because it's the only project who has proven itself to be sustainable, if we talk about these miner projects, of course. And that's very unique in this market, and especially in those hard times where basically everyone is afraid to invest in something. The BNB miner with around 720 days, so we are quite close before the 2-year anniversary, still paying. And it's just a matter of time, in my opinion, once we see the next cycle, the next leg up. And I'm pretty sure we don't have to wait until the next crypto bull run starts. It will happen at some point. And once this happens and the word of mouth spreads in the space and the people are coming back to the BNB miner, and you might regret at that point that you didn't jump in earlier in a trusted project with an immutable contract, with a trusted dev and a great community. And to complete this at this point, now is not the time to take profits. Now is the time to accumulate, to see your miners grow, maybe deposit some additional BNB in the lightning rounds to get even more miners. And then if we take a look on this last graphic, in the next bull run, so this was the first bull run, this was the second bull run, that's the time where you want to take profits. When we see the contract balance growing again, that you don't hurt the community and take profits time by time. And again, never forget to act responsible in regard of the whole community, because this project only works if we all play together. And if the developer now brings this outside revenue, these other dApps, which I showed you in the beginning of the video, if I just refresh that page, so all the dApps which will launch in the upcoming days and weeks, which will support the core miner contract of the BNB miner. And that can potentially be the point where the sentiment of the project turns around, the contract balance will start to increase again, and then FOMO kicks in. All the people are seeing that the BNB miner is performing great, jumping back in, and that's of course the time where you already want to be invested. So I hope this gave you a better picture now on how I'm treating this miner and how big the future potential is. If you don't want to miss any future updates on the BNB miner, you might want to subscribe to my channel. I bring these videos at least every second day on the BNB miner or other kinds of DeFi projects. If you liked today's video, it would be great if you could hit the like button. That's it. Thanks for watching. Let's get this crypto.